why don't we get started? And I will just open by saying thank you to everybody for joining us today. This is Design Watch. This is our weekly webinar bringing you topics of most value to you and your business. This is our special Tuesday edition. We've been trying to do twice a week just to make sure we can get our membership in touch with as many of our IPs and fellow colleagues while we're captive audiences in our home offices. I'm Sandy Cabela's current president of ASID New Jersey chapter. With me today is my co-host, Linda Kitson. Linda sits on the board. She is the current, hi Linda. She is the current director of communications. And for those of you who may not know, Linda is, she does a lot for our chapter. She's the mastermind behind our Blueprint Digital magazine. Also, Linda is the person who has been pulling together many of these Design Watch webinars. So I, for one, would like to say thank you to you, Linda, for all of the hard work that you put into making this happen. On that note, I would like to turn it over to you, Linda, to introduce our speaker and kick it off.
Kick it off. All right, awesome. It's a pleasure to, I don't know, I guess it's a pleasure to get dressed for the first time, like really dressed for the first time in a couple months. So I really appreciate Scott taking the time to be here. Scott, for anybody that doesn't know, Scott joined as an industry partner right before the holiday party last year. And then who we'd think, yes, thank you, because many of us know you, but it's just nice for you to have your support with ASID as an industry partner that way. And then in March, the world changed. So, we love the idea that Scott, who has been in the industry for decades, he truly is one of us. Scott's mother was a designer. His brother is a rep. Shane's still in the business, right?
He actually got out recently, but yeah, he was in it for a long time as well.
He was a rep for years and years and years as well. So he was, truly born into the industry. He's got 2 kids, 2 dogs, a lovely wife, is just one of the nicest guys, one of the most receptive and responsive and collaborative partners we could ever want. So I'm thrilled that we were able to make this happen. And I'm delighted. I will say I am actually a Hallman customer. I will go public with that. I love the line. Scott has never oversold it. It speaks for itself. And so I'm thrilled that he's able to talk about the benefits of private label. And so with that, all yours. Kick it off. Let's go.
Thanks, Lynn. No, I'm excited to be here. And basically, just to sum it up, I'm actually a multi-line rep, and I cover North Jersey, or basically all of Jersey, Long Island, and New York City. But I also want to thank ASID New Jersey for letting me host this. Thank you very much. And let me get my screen up here. See if I get this correct. And bear with me, this is the first time I've ever done one of these, so I'll try not to have too many hiccups throughout. So today we're here. I'm going to talk about advantages of private label upholstery, as well as Hallman Furniture, which is actually one of the lines I carry, which is private label, but they also will custom make anything. So I will cover them as well throughout this. And when I referenced the custom private label and custom furniture, I am talking about them just because I do represent them. So the industry as a whole is in a transition with the marketing power of newer national brands like Serena Lily, Our House, and Crate and Barrel, including retail stores and internet shopping. Designers are having to adapt to customers that have access to many options. So how can professional designers take back control and increase their business? By using private label upholstery.
Hey, Scott, I just wanted to see if you want to share your screen. Is this a time you want to share?
Oh, did I already share it or no?
That's okay.
See, first time.
It sounded good. I bet it looks good too.
I forgot something. Hold on.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, hold on. I gotta go back to your screen.
You can look at your smiling face until we see the screen share.
Share screen. I should have asked if everybody saw it.
All good.
That's okay. We're all new for the first time at least once.
All right, do you all see it?
No.
You have your
hold on.
green button on the bottom, share screen.
I did. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Do that. Green button, share screen. Who can share? All panelists who can share? Share.
There we go.
All right.
Now
Right.
Not bad. See, first time. All right.
Okay, now maximize it. There we go.
So, yep, you got
Okay.
it.
All right.
Perfect.
So I'll go back to the first screen. So as everybody heard, the industry is in a transition. With all the retail stores, there's our house and the internet and Crate and Barrel. We're all finding ways to keep our business going and making a profit. And you know, the best way for professional designers to take back control and increase their business is to do private label. It's a lot easier not to, you can't shop private label. So it's the best way to grow your business financially as well. The benefits of private label. By offering a private label option, designers can build their brand and control billing. So let's discuss the advantages of this. Private label products allow the designer to offer their customer not only custom pieces, but at competitive prices, but also build their brand marketing. And also with these competitive prices, a private label company can offer much better margins, making them a huge financial win for the designer because you can control the pricing, which is great. Common designer frustrations. Today with end users sending pictures and everything to designers constantly of inspirations and all, it takes a lot of time to search these products and pricing and finding the options that they come in, different sizes they come in. Using a private label company allows you, you can take that picture, send it to the company, they can quote it and you'll have an instant quote that'll meet the price, not only the pricing, but also the size options and the product. This allows you to lose less money because as we know, time is money. What a designer can do to reduce their frustrations, they can get a quality construction in the look that you and your client see and want. Inspiration. So on this screen, this is just an inspiration photo I brought up. You'll see in this photo, if I can see my arrow, I hope everybody can see that. You'll see the two wing chairs in the back. The nice thing about private label and a custom company is you can send a photo, say, of this chair, and say the client sends this to you, but you know it won't fit in a certain house. Maybe you need the back a little higher, maybe you need this chair a little wider, or maybe you want to change the arm or the leg to it. You can do that with a custom capability. And that's what makes it great because you can fit it into each one of your jobs by making these changes. As well as with the sofa, you can change the length, you can change the depth, you can just pretty much change the arms, or if you don't want it tufted, you can not do it tufted. As well as the bench over here, and then also the chaise or bench on this one. So I took another inspiration photo here. As you see, this is a little bit more of a modern look. What's nice about this is most private label and custom companies can do a lot of different ranges. So for instance, they could take this modern piece, they can make the back a little higher if need be, they can narrow the arm a little bit, they may change the legs. So there's all these different options you can do, which is great. So you can make it to your own piece, what's best for your job. And then also on the left, you see, you got these slip covered chairs. The other nice thing is, at least for Hallman Furniture, you have some clients who want to change fabric seasonally, or maybe they want one fabric on the sofa for winter and then they want to change it to another fabric for the summer. With Hallman, you can actually do a slip cover on it. So you can have the main fabric and then you can throw a slip cover in over the summer. So it's a nice option in that aspect. As far as production for most custom pieces, they will not start until the fabric arrives, meaning that if say you order a sofa and you order it today and you send the fabric in, but there's two different fabrics, say you're doing a different fabric on throw pillows and over the body of the sofa. If the fabric's there for the body and not the pillows, the order will not start. Everything has to be there to start the order, even pillow fabrics. And just on the pillow note, with Hallman, actually, they do not upcharge for throw pillows. So if they are actually on the custom piece you send, they are included in the quote, no matter if it's a different fabric or not. Also with Hallman, your standard style. So they have a catalog as well as online. You can see it, most of it's line drawings, but online you also can see some finished product. Everything, as long as you stay within 2 changes, and that includes arm, depth, height, whatever it is, everything ships in 28 days or 4 weeks. Make each piece your own. This, I think, is great. So one of the many benefits of private label is the option to create your own custom line. It's easy as sending a sketch or a photo of any piece that can make it to your specs. So it's great because you can take a sofa. Say, I have some designers that order a sofa and they put it in maybe every family room because it's the most comfortable sofa. So you can have Hallman make that piece and it'll take 8 to 15 weeks initially. Once they have that piece made, it'll only take 4 weeks thereafter because they'll save the pattern. So it's a nice benefit. So you could actually build a whole entire furniture line around that and make it all your own, which will be exclusive to you. So also you can have custom labels put on all your frames. You can do it 2 different ways. You can do fabric labels, or you can also do labels that actually stick on. I know the stick-on ones you can do through FedEx Office. You can take a business card, you could draw an image or a logo for your business, print them out. You send them down to Hallman, they'll stock them there, and then when they get ready to ship one of your pieces, your label will go on that piece. And the other great thing is with private label, you can price it however you want. If you have a more budget-oriented customer, you can meet that budget. Or if you have a customer that's not on budget, you can raise it a little higher to offset something else that you may have to lower. So that's the beauty of the private label. As you see in this picture, so these chairs were done for a client actually a couple of years ago. She loved this chair. So she drew it up. We actually made the chair. She actually orders it probably like every few months she'll order them. The nice part is it took 8 to 15 weeks back when she originally ordered them, but now it takes her only 4 weeks to get for them to ship, which is actually probably 6 weeks to the customer. But she can still tweak it as far as the height and the length, depending on the space that she's working on, which is nice. As far as the label options, like I talked about, you can do the printed or the fabric. As you can see, there's 2 different ones here. I just gave you examples. You'll see the one that just has, remember, it's upholstery and it has a telephone number, Austin, Texas, or then you just have one with a logo and the name underneath. There's a lot of different options you can do. I will tell you with the stick ones, they're free. There is no upcharge to put them on all the pieces of furniture. As far as the fabric ones, it's actually a $25 upcharge and they will actually sew them into the frame, which is nice. So why Hallman Furniture? So I've been selling Hallman for 10, 11 years. Everything, obviously, it's all made in America. It's all made in Taylorsville, North Carolina. It's a small family-owned business. You have basically Steve, Tina, and Randy Hallman at the helm. Steve is the owner. He started about 15 years ago, 16 years ago. He's been in the industry for 30 plus years. You have Tina, who handles all the customer service, answers the phone and all that. And then you have Randy Hallman, who is actually in the factory. He's actually the one that would actually start to build the frames. So, and it's great because when you call, Tina Hallman answers the phone. So you get a nice personal attention on all your orders needs. So to me, I call them my extended family. I really do. I love them to death. They are fantastic. So each piece is made with individuals with decades of experience. They're reliable in their product and their service. And the great thing is they're versatile. They can pretty much make anything. I mean, sometimes I'll send a quote, ask for a quote from Steve because he does all the quotes. And I'll be like, they can't make this. And then boom, he'll quote it and say, yes, we can. So, and what's great, if he can't make it, he'll tell you. So that's the best part about it. So also, there's no upcharge on the first 6 inches on length and 2 inches on the depth and height. So what I mean by that, say it's one of their items, or if it's one of your private label items, and it's an 84-inch stock sofa, and you want to change it to 90 inches, there is no upcharge at all for that. Same thing with the seat, the height and the depth. So 2 inches is free. So say for instance, the seat depth is 21, and which this happens a lot, you want to change it to 23 to give it a little bit more comfort, especially for a family room. It's free, there's no upcharge. On the length, when you change the length over 6 inches, it goes up $150. Every 6 inch is incremental after that. And then on the length, depth and the height, 2 inches is $75. And like I said, if you have questions about that, I'll explain afterwards as well, or if you want to email me, it's fine. As far as their items, it's 4 weeks from receipt of fabric is their lead times on all their items with 2 or less changes. Just remember, all their items are built to order. So as far as the construction, so everything is 8-way hand tied. Steve is done, I mean, 8-way hand tie's been around for 100 years. It's the best construction as far as upholstery. You'll see in a lot of companies switch to sinuous springs. He will not do that. I've even had a couple customers ask him to do it for contract jobs and things like that. He wants to stick to the best of the best. So it's all, everything is 8-way hand tied, which is the best of the best. As far as their frames, there's a lifetime warranty in all the frames, which are made of all hardwood maple from the United States. They actually source all their wood from Pennsylvania and Kentucky. It's all sustainable. So they cut down a tree, they put another tree in. So that's always nice to know as well. Each piece is bench made and made to order. As you can see in the photo over to the left here, each piece is basically seen through by each person in each department, and they're all cared for up on the bench. But everything, like I said, is made to order, which is nice. As far as their cushions, their spring down cushion is standard. There is no upcharge for that. So the price does, anytime he quotes anything custom, or if it's any of their items, that is the price, and that includes spring down. There are other options. If you have somebody who has allergies, we can do some kind of foam, which would be take care of the allergies so there's no feathers in it. They could also do down with feathers. If you have a cushion that you love and from anywhere that you've used before, you could send it down and they could probably try to do that as well for your personal custom orders as well. As far as leg options, there's a few. So you can see all the different leg options. You can swap each leg out with different pieces. Say for instance, you want this leg is on one of their pieces, but you want to change it to the H leg. So you can change that as well, and they'll adjust the height to keep the pitch to where it should be. So you can swap any of these wooden legs out. The other option they have is they also offer metal legs. That is through a website. So if you're interested in metal legs, Steve would send you the link to that so you can view all the different metal legs. And as well, you can also just send legs. I have a few customers that have done acrylic legs over the years. So Steve will build the frame. They'll send the acrylic legs and he'll use the acrylic legs on the frame for the customer. So there's a lot of different options as far as the legs. So the next one, it shows 3 photos of some custom pieces they've made. On the left, you'll see a great little channel back bed because they do beds and as well. This customer actually, this is one of my customers, he wanted this spaced a certain way. So he basically drew it out how many inches he wanted each channel to be. And then we made it to his specs. They can see also along the box spring base, you still have the same space in here, which is, you can see how the detail is. It's fantastic detail. The other options you have with their beds is you could do a platform base, or you can just do the headboard itself. So you have 3 different options with their beds, which is nice. Also in the middle, you have a custom banquette. So this customer sent a photo in of a banquette, but they needed it actually, they wanted this to be flanged out a little bit. And they wanted, I think they wanted it at about 6 inches to this top. And then you can see, and then all the nail head detail along the edging. So all the nail head and everything is done by hand. So it's not machine done. So they actually do it all by hand. So you can see how meticulous they are in their detail. And then we also added the metal legs to this piece. As far as to the right, you'll see this is a custom tufted sofa. Nice little 3-cushion sofa. As far as that, this was all custom made for a customer. Again, I think this was a photo, and then we just made it from the photo to the specs that they needed as far as the depth. I think the manufacturer couldn't make it any other size, so we made it for them. Finishes. On the left-hand side, you'll see these are all their finishes they have that are standard. You'll have your ebony, and you'll have your espresso, and you'll have your nutmeg. You'll have your natural, you'll have a gray. The other great option for their pieces, or even a custom piece, you can do custom finishes. There is a $150 upcharge for custom finishes. But say, for instance, you're doing 8 dining room chairs and you want to do a custom finish, it's $150 once. It's not for each chair. It's for that one chair, and then all the other ones will get done for just the $150 upcharge. You can also custom paint any Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore paint. That is a $50 upcharge. Another custom piece that we did here. So this customer had a fabric chosen that she really wanted to use. And the manufacturer couldn't make the exact specs she needed, and she couldn't find a graded in fabric that actually worked to keep the cost down. So we quoted this through Hallman. We used the fabric that she wanted, and it made it exactly to her specs. I think she widened the arm a little bit, she lowered the base a little bit. But you can see with the little details and all, they do a great job with their little details. And this one I think has no weld along the cushions as well. So you can do weld or no weld as well. So just to recap a little bit, with custom upholstery or private label, especially through Hallman, you get fair pricing. There's no limitation on fabric or leather choices. Hallman, just FYI, is a CLM only company, or COL. There is no graded in fabrics. You can control the pricing, not the internet. There's no way to shop you at all. You own the piece. It's exclusive to you, and you can meet every project's and client's needs, which is great. And also, like I said, you can make any piece yours. So you can see on this, actually, this picture to the right, this piece was made for another client. And it was a custom piece made off a photo. So their workmanship is fantastic, as you can see with their detail. And last, I just want to thank ASID New Jersey and everybody who's attending this. Thank you for the time. I really appreciate it. It's probably my favorite line that I sell out of the lines that I sell. I really do care about their family and everything, and their workmanship is fantastic. If you have any questions or anything, I know we're covering questions after this. My contact information is below at hadwellverizon.net. My cell is below as well. And then also on the right, you'll see the lines that I carry, which besides Hallman Furniture is Zimmer Road, which also includes Articora, Edamine out of France, Travers, Hodsell Mackenzie out of the UK. And new to me is JF Fabrics. I just picked them up recently. And I have also Brewster wall coverings. But thank you again for your time. Now let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Scott. And I think Linda, she's going to unmute and take some of the questions for us, right, Linda?
Any questions? So I see one has come in here. Oops, it's disappeared.
I'll stop sharing. Hold on, let me do that so I can see. Okay.
There we go. So Hope has asked, does Hallman have their own line of leathers or fabrics? And I think we covered that, but you want to?
They do not anymore. No, they do not. They're very strict on their lead times, so that's why they don't do it for the most part.
Yep. So that's all good to know. And actually, of recent, I've started to get a little savvier towards the fabrics, under skyrocket pricing. Hope I'm happy to help you if that's, if that's something you're interested in. Scott, another question came in. Does Hallman show at High Point?
Hallman does not show at High Point. Actually, Holly, who's my wife, we actually go down during High Point and we'll do tours of the plant. We'll actually, depending on how many people go, we'll actually either rent a bus or we'll take them in our car out to the plant. It's about a 3 or 4 hour whole trip together. And you'll basically, it's great because I'm a big fan of visiting a plant because first of all, you see all the hardwood maple planks, and then you see how they cut them and make it to the frame room. And then each room, they take you through the whole process. And then you also get the sit-in finished product, which is nice too at the end. So it's a great process and they love doing it. And the other thing is if you're ever down in that area, you can reach out to me or them directly and they'll gladly give you a tour even outside Furniture Mark. And I think, Wendy, you've done that before too. So.
Yeah, I happened to go in December one year. I happened to be down there in business and I'm like, hey, can I stop by? And they were absolutely delighted.
Yeah, and they love that. They love that. It shows what they can do, which is really nice to see. I think it's important to see what they can do.
Right. So in that way, is there anybody that, and I think I know the answer to this, but there's no showroom per se. There's no showroom in New York, New Jersey, and there's no showroom, but you have a great opportunity. So you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so basically, so there's no showroom because everything is private label. So there is no showrooms. There's nowhere really you can sit on it unless you come visit me in my house. I have a few pieces you can sit on those. But I think my mom has a couple too. But you can, they offer actually a sale once a year. You can order any of their pieces. It has to be one of their pieces. Even though they don't stock the frames and they're built to order, it has to be one of their pieces. You cannot make any changes to that piece, but they will give you 20% off that frame once a year. But like I said, if you're going to redo your family room or something, you want to do that, then yes, you put it in and we'll put it in as a personal use and give you that discount because it helps you sell it for customers sitting in it. So I'm a big advocate of it.
Right. No, that's good. And I think that's generous. Takes the fear out of the trial.
Yeah.
So that's good. Another question is regarding pricing. They create only a wholesale price list, correct?
That, and actually they do have a retail price list. Actually, it's 2.5 times. But like I said, you can control the pricing because there's no way for anybody to get shopped. I mean, it's like I said, it's made to order. Even their pieces are made for you individually. There's no labels on anything at all. So even if you decide not to use labels for your company to, it doesn't make a difference. There's no labels on it. So there'd be no way for anybody to shop it.
Got it. Can you talk a little bit about what and any other environmental issues and how they package to ship and the environmental sensitivity that way?
So each piece is actually cut. There's a box cut at the bottom. They're all put in the box at the bottom, and then everything else is shrink wrap, which is all recyclable.
Good. And then last, I guess, is what are you doing in terms of appointments? Are you doing in-person appointments or FaceTime appointments or what?
These days I'll do either way is fine. I prefer in front of people, obviously, especially since this is my first time doing this one, but I'll do whatever is easier for the customer and they prefer. It doesn't matter to me. It's whatever's best for each individual customer. I'm fine.
Good. Oh, sorry. I missed a question that came in. Sorry. Renee has said, I love my Hallman custom sofa. Is it possible to get a new insert for cushions?
Yes, you can get new inserts for the cushions. As long as it's a Hallman piece, that's fine. All I would need, if you want to email me, the original invoice number, and I can actually find out what the cost would be for new inserts.
That's a great service.
Yes.
That's a great service. Let's see what else we've got.
And thanks, Renee, for loving it.
I have a couple pieces as well. I love them, but they're just not ready for new inserts yet.
They better not be for a while, actually.
Couple other questions.
For a long period of time. So,
are the cushion examples available to borrow? The spring down.
I have The spring down cushion is, I have some pieces in my house, so yes, they are available on a borrow. You can't have them, but yes, I can let someone borrow. I actually have a few in my basement as well. So yes, I can. I have one I'm actually taking out to someone next week. So yes, I'm more than happy to let someone borrow it if they want to put it on a sofa to see the construction, or if they just want to sit on it, that's fine. Whatever, honestly, I'm going to do whatever you guys need. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
All good. Let's see if there's something else here. No, I think that's it. Do you want to maybe just, since your screen has left,
You want me to bring it back, or?
no, just rattle off your phone number or your
Oh,
email?
yeah. So my email is hadwell@verizon.net, which is HADWELL@verizon.net. My cell number is 484-619-1340. And please reach out if you have any questions at all. I'll answer anything you have, and I'll help you any way I possibly can.
Got it. So Carla's asking, just to be clear, we cannot show clients this product anywhere.
No, you cannot.
But you can try it for yourself and bring them into your house.
Yes. And listen, when I first meet someone in person, that's why I said this is new to me. I really tell customers that haven't ordered before, the best thing to do to make sure you're happy with everything is start with a club chair. The club chairs aren't very expensive. Get the 20% off, and that way you can see how everything sits. You can see all the detail firsthand. It's a great way to start with them, I think. So that's what I push a lot of people to do, because I think it's nice to have it, because it's easier to sell if someone can sit in it, and I do understand that.
Yep. It is one of the quandaries.
I will say, I'm sorry, Linda, I will say on custom pieces, it's interesting because I've sold them for about 11 years, and on custom pieces, all the custom pieces we've made over the years, the sit is always the same sit, even if they sit in someone else's sofa, then we're making those specs, we're changing the length and things like that because the company can't make that to those specs. Everything is sitting exactly the same, the pitch and everything. So it's amazing how they can take something, make it a custom piece, and actually have it sit just like anything else, which is awesome.
Yep, it is awesome. And so somebody else just asked, the inspiration pictures, they could make just about anything that's in that. They could make that just the way it is, or they could grow it or change it, just as much as you can imagine.
So you could take anything in those photos, as far as the furniture, not the case goods, but the furniture part, and they can make it. Like I said, sometimes designer will send me a photo. I'm like, oh, they're not gonna be able to make this. And Steve goes, no, we can make it. This is the price. And he's great. If he can, he'll tell you. But for the most part, in those inspiration pictures, they can make all those pieces, and you can custom size it however you want. You want a 120-inch sofa, they'll make it. You want a bench cushion instead of 3 cushions, they'll do it. That's what the beauty of it is. They'll do whatever you need them to do.
Cool. Carla replies, they have made beds for me and I am very happy. So that's a good endorsement. It's a good endorsement.
Thank you.
Anonymous. Because we cannot see the pieces in person, can Scott recommend pieces that fit different body types? Taller man versus petite woman.
Yes, I can do that. I would recommend to call me or email me on that, and I'll discuss that on an individual basis. That way I can get what you're actually looking for and the size of someone and all that stuff. But there are a few pieces that actually work, even actually in their line, that actually work well for someone who's maybe 5'2", and then their spouse is 6 foot. There's a couple pieces where they have some kidneys where one sits to 21 inch, and then you you can pull the kidney away. I have this sofa in my house. You take the kidney away, and then it's actually 23 inch seat depth. So there are a couple pieces that give you options on both, but we can fit it to whatever your customer needs.
Nice. So kidney, you're talking about like a little kidney pillow or a little bolster pillow or something.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Right.
And their website, by the way, is hallmanfurniture.com. I don't think I put that on there, just so you have it.
Yep. They didn't have a website when I started with
Nah,
them.
they've come a long way. And everything you'll see on their website when you first log on will be all line drawings. They did them, and Tina actually, it's funny, they're so small that Tina did the updates over the holidays. And so when you click on a line, when you click on, say, sofas, and you click on one of the sofas, and not all of them have this, but a lot of them will actually have finished product underneath the line drawing, so you can actually see what it looks like in the detail on finished product. I always tell everybody, ignore what the fabrics is. They're not choosing the fabrics, but you can definitely see what a finished product looks like, which is great. A lot of them have finished photos in there, which is nice.
Yep, good. Let me check. I see one more question sitting here. Remind Scott to tell us that he can provide a wonderful catalog.
Yes, I can. Yes, and I have catalogs with me, so I can. If you don't want to, if you want to just do a Zoom call, or you just don't want to see me, you need a catalog, please reach out. I'll gladly send you a catalog. I'll no charge it into you. That is fine. I will tell you, if you do want finished samples, which I did not bring up, and I apologize, is the finished samples are actually a $50 charge, and there's no way around that one. So, but it's a one-time fee of $50. But the catalog I can send at no charge, and that'll have the wholesale and retail pricing in it.
Good stuff. All right. I'm going to say last call for questions. Any other questions that you want to post here? Obviously, you can certainly call Scott, and he will be more than responsive.
Yes.
But any other questions? It's great to learn from one another in these webinars and the Design Watch. Some of the questions and the exchanges have just been, they've been great, that we can all learn and share from one another, which is nice to have a family, like your school friends understand your school problems and your family understands your family problems, but it's nice to have a team of people that understand your business problems.
Yep.
So.
It's true. And listen, I'm here. If you need me any time of day, I'm right here. Just call or email me, honestly. So my job's that like Linda said, I grew up with my mom as a designer. So I've seen her working at 4 o'clock in the morning because she has a client meeting early in the morning. She was a little procrastinator, but that's okay. So if you actually want to email, Linda sent me an email at 4:30 one morning. So it's fine. I'll answer you back. So I love what I do, and I want to help you guys any way I possibly can. I really, really do.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. Okay. So Sandy, back to you.
That's it. I mean, I think that was, it's exciting to hear about, how far you can take it with your own designs. And I do love the idea of customization, because I think that's something we can all benefit from in our businesses now. So thank you for sharing. I actually was not very familiar with the product line. Now I am more familiar. If we're interested in seeing the line, should we email you?
Yeah, email me, text me, call me, whatever's, honestly, everybody works differently. So whatever's easier for you. If you do text me, just let me know who it is, because sometimes I always forget to say the contact. Like, I always feel bad saying, who is this? So please let me know who it is. But yeah, reach out, whatever's better for you. If you want to do Instagram, I am Hadwell1 on Instagram. So you can DM me on that as well, whatever's easier for you.
Perfect. Okay, that's great. So thank you so much. And we will be, we did record this meeting, so then everyone can refer back to it at a later date. We will post it on our YouTube channel. So, and if you, Scott, want to share it with, more of your clients, you'll be able to do that. And they'll be
Thank you.
If they weren't.
I hope there wasn't too many hiccups, but thank you.
So awesome. So thank you so much, Scott. Thank you, Linda, for being a great hostess today. And thanks everybody for joining us, and come back this coming Thursday. We will have a webinar on the past, present, and future of outdoor kitchens. So we hope to see everybody then. Scott, you should come too.
I may actually do that one. I may actually be still in the office. So
awesome.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Thanks.
Well, we'll see everybody soon. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.